Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Taryn the Traveling Trainer with GoTarryn Personal Training here in the greater Atlanta area, about to welcome a returning guest all the way from Denver, Colorado, Mr. Jason Wood. Now before Jason returns back on today's show, I'd like to ask everyone out there if you please be so kind as to like our video, leave us a comment, and share this video with all of your friends and family. Now, like I mentioned, Jason from Denver, Colorado, he is a Z Health Master Trainer. He is also with Strong Bodies Fitness. I'm going to ask him about his new fitness studio that he has and just catch up with him because we have not seen him since last year. The last time we saw him was on the Direct Talk Show, my former colleague, Di Chapman. And now that we have him back here on GoTarryn TV, I want to catch up with him and see what he's up to and learn a little bit more about Strong Bodies Fitness. So I'm excited to catch up with him and kind of see how he's doing. And when we come back again, you will meet Mr. Jason Wood from Denver, Colorado. And remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see side by side, once again on GoTarryn TV, all the way out in Colorado, Mr. Jason Wood. Jay Wood. Jason, how are you doing out there?
Hey, what's up, Taryn? Great to reconnect with you, man. Hope you're doing okay.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. You too. You look great. And, I always enjoy talking to you. Since we last spoke, one of the things I didn't tell you before we went on to recording, I don't do those co-host direct talk shows with that other lady that you talked to that time, the blonde woman, and so that's why part of it is that I'm getting back into these. But I'm really excited to have you back on because we just need to catch up too and find out how everything's going out there. So I guess that's the first question I have. What have you been up to this year in 2018, and what's been going on out that way? Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure when the last time we spoke date-wise, but in November, my wife and I started renting space from a guy named Joel Meyer who had a kind of small private training place called Strong Bodies Fitness. And we kind of came in, we kind of put our little, flair and spin on it to where, he got some upgraded equipment. We made some just different changes, and it just fit tremendously. I mean, I don't know if Joel's watching this, but he's like the brother I never knew that I didn't have. It's such a good compliment, and it's just such a good fit. The gym started getting, pretty busy, and we outgrew it. And just this past weekend, we had been upgrading, so to speak, into a 3,000 square foot usable facility with turf and, 2 Eleiko weightlifting platforms, a full ER rack, 3 sets of Eleiko plates, all the, personal training stuff too, leg presses, leg curls, butt blasters, everything. So it's like a big playground. So Joel's going to be – he's really the kind of business guy who owns it and stuff. We just rent space. We do workshops and stuff out of there. But he's going to be offering like a membership base to try to get, some people in the door. So doing that, and the kids are getting big. My daughter's 4 now. Her name's Isabella.
Oh, man.
And Liam, my son, he's a little bit over – he's about 2.5. So keeping up with those guys, opening this gym, being busy, doing that.
That's incredible, Jason. Next time we do this video interview, we'll have to do it out of there. You'll have to bring the camera so we can take a look. I'm really curious. 3,000 square feet, that's huge. That's really big. Yeah,
it's laid out beautifully. It's I'm letting Joel, this is Joel's little baby, so I'm letting him do the release of the videos, but we all know what it looks like. It's pretty sick.
That is
pretty
cool.
Sick. So, I think he's going to do release some good pictures, and when he starts releasing them, I'll release them too. But right now, I don't think it's quite where he wants it yet, so he's the boss.
No, that's great. How did you and Joel end up meeting in the first place, Jason?
So I kind of knew him, and I knew that he opened a gym in my neighborhood.
Okay.
And I kind of knew that he was a power lifter, did bodybuilding kind of. So I kind of already knew that he was really into it and good at it. He wasn't some hack. And 2 of the other trainers who I was working at a recreation center, and 2 of the trainers there went and rented space from him. And at the time, I wasn't ready. I just didn't think it would be a good fit because me and him were very similar, but these 2 other trainers kind of are, kind of aren't. And the gym itself just was, to be honest with you, just wasn't up to my standard. It wasn't. I'd rather be stuck where I was, wheeling and dealing, than even go in there, which sounds crazy. But I think it was Thanksgiving. My wife's like, "Yo, I want to get back into Olympic weightlifting," and from running competitions for USA Weightlifting and USA Powerlifting, we have I mean, we accrued a lot of equipment, like high end, but it sits in storage. I'm like, this is silly. Like, let's beat the crap out of this stuff more or less, see what it can handle. We'll still make it look good. So we brought some platforms over. We started making some changes, and then the other two trainers left, and then it was really just me and him. Like, hey, what are you thinking? And we both kind of, agreed on the same path, and that's how we met, and now we're business partners.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, no, I haven't talked to you since that happened. That's all new to me, and that's terrific. I'm glad that's going well. That is great. So, talking about the gym itself, location-wise, are you happy with location and where it's at?
Yeah, that was actually something I struggled with a little bit. When I found out we were making the move, I kind of knew we wanted to, and I knew that, Joel's kind of a go-getter.
Yeah.
But the space we were in was it was a self-contained building, kind of right off the main road, and it was just perfect. It was kind of cramped, but it had that, like, real tight vibe.
Yeah.
But you can only fit, we do powerlifting and Olympic. Like, if you want to do stuff, you do need some elbow room just so you don't feel so claustrophobic,
Oh, yeah.
So it turned out that the place literally right next door had a middle unit open that it's not a warehouse. It's like just a low-key brick building. Like, you wouldn't think anything of it. And then the floor plan just worked. And so we literally moved right next door. And it's in a great location.
Oh, that's terrific. That's great.
Yeah.
What are the other details on the fitness center itself, like hours operation, time it's open, things of that nature?
Yeah. So right now it's only open by invitation, or we have private clients or whatever it is.
Sure.
But I think the idea is to transfer over into a membership base.
Okay.
Seeing if it's worth it. I mean, I think Joel is just trying some stuff out to kind of see. Because right now, like, we have classes, like, we already have clients to do it, but it's a bigger space. It's more like,
Gotcha.
you try to figure out kind of where stuff's going to go. So, we're all open-minded with it. We got Rachel involved, and, so, yeah, right now it's invitation only, but we're there 7 days a week, random hours.
That's so exciting, Jason. That's
but it will be a membership. It will probably be either a membership or, hey, you can go to these class options and make like a powerlifting class. I think that's really the way to go personally, like sell memberships to the classes. But
yeah. I think you're right, Jason, because I was just having this talk with another colleague. Here in Atlanta, I'll tell you, the big ones that are really saturated and invading Atlanta are your CrossFits, I don't know if you've heard of F45, Orange Theory, some of these other ones that the whole concept is to have big groups, and their philosophy is that it's a win-win because the participants pay a little bit less, so it's a little bit more affordable, and at the same time, obviously, you're maximizing your profit by making more per half hour, whatever you're charging. But with your own kind of philosophy and training, do you have a preference of individualized personal training versus group personal training? Do you have an opinion on that, or do you like them both equally, or?
Yeah, man, honestly, like, I'm really into it.
Yeah.
So, like, everyone's like, oh, you don't have a niche or whatever. Like, you know what? Like, my niche is I'm actually really good at doing private sessions through my Z Health background and my clinical. So I could be, like, if I have to be that guy, I can talk about sliding filament theories and calcium and nerves and, all that stuff and the cerebellum. I can go as deep as I need to go with it.
Yeah.
Or I could teach someone how to do a kettlebell because I was a nationally ranked kettlebell instructor. Boom, boom, boom. Or because I've been used to having my class has like 10 or 12 people in it. So I'm used to managing 10 or 12 people or 4 subgroups. So if I have 12 people and I break them up into 3 subgroups of 4 people, an A, B, and a C based on, how good they are, what the restrictions are, strength level, size-wise, then I now have experience doing small group training. So if I ever get 3 or 4 people, I'm like, oh, this is nothing. I'm used to doing, 3 times this. Right. So I actually have a very broad range. And then I also don't mind doing our competitions. I can speak and be in front of a large people as well. So I can cover any of it. I wouldn't say I have a preference. What I think is probably more successful is the CrossFit thing. I actually really don't like I don't know if I like the model of everyone doing the same thing.
I got
I
you.
think there needs to be some variance. If we're doing bench day and someone feels better doing incline dumbbell press or single arm, whatever, hey man, that's their prerogative. I just want you to do something for your chest. If you feel that that's better, you're not getting hurt, you're getting the results. I'm not going to pigeonhole you into saying, well, you have to do this or try to spend time working around it. I don't have time for that. If they want to know how to maybe make their shoulder not hurt or their lower back not hurt from doing a bench press, hey, let's meet privately and we can go over some mobility. Like, we can talk to you and then whatever. But generally speaking, is I like having like A, Bs, and Cs, dividing them up. So I think having smaller classes or classes, you just call them, hey, butts and guts, this, that, or the other. And you kind of have the workout, but it's coached at the same time to where, you can use everything. You go to a CrossFit gym, they may not have the full set of dumbbells, right? They have, the rowers, the balls, tons of barbells, so that's great for that. But if I need someone to just do isolation work with a dumbbell, they don't want to be stuck in the corner. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So stuff like that. Try to figure that out.
Yeah, I find myself in agreement with you, Jason, because not to pick on CrossFit, but the fact of the matter is that my issue with them is that they're just too cookie cutter based, and I hear, I'm sure you do as well, all the time stories about people injuring themselves because let's say they're doing jump lunges or deep squats, and someone's got a knee issue. That's something that they don't address, and they never take the time out to do something as simple as PAR-Q form or a health history questionnaire. And what I don't like, I find exception to, is that, again, not to pick on CrossFit, I'm just saying that just generally speaking, a lot of these places, unfortunately down here in Atlanta, they don't really care too much about the credentials of your trainers or your fitness instructors or group leaders. The first and foremost thing is the dollar amount. How many people can we get? Then we'll worry about, okay, hey, while you're here, literally, I'm not picking on, let's talk about LA Fitness for a second. We have, they're pretty saturated out here. They literally had contacted one of my students at Georgia State, and my student said, I don't have a degree yet and I'm not certified yet. And they told her, don't worry about that. That can come. We just need you to come teach these classes, and then we'll go ahead and worry about getting you certified. And so that just goes to show, what kind of credentials and kind of requirements that some of these places uphold. And unfortunately, some of them, including here in Atlanta, are just very, very low, unfortunately. I hate to say that, but it's the truth.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think a couple thoughts kind of on that. I think the location matters obviously a lot. We're in Colorado. I mean, we have stuff that's probably not even made its way to the Midwest yet, or South or whatever. And I don't really know what that is because I have my thing and I kind of see all these things.
Yeah.
But it's not even with. I wouldn't even say it's the CrossFit issue anymore. Like, I used to really think that, and now I'm like, what, dude? It's the fitness industry.
Yeah.
In general, but then I was like, well, I don't want to be one of these other people who thinks, like, everyone's like, what can we do to fix the fitness industry? It's broken. It's like, no, it's not. Your ability, I don't even know what I'm saying is, but we blame the fitness industry for people getting hurt, but people would get hurt kind of no matter what they do.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if people getting hurt, because I don't get former CrossFitters, and I have people who get hurt all the time. People get hurt with me. Shit happens. Like, you can't control it. So I used to think that it was like, oh, well, CrossFit, they get to hurt. And now I'm like, I don't know if they do or not. I'm not even involved. I've done seminars at CrossFit. I don't know what the fuck CrossFit do. I had to kind of come around to that realization. Like, it can't be that bad. Like, why do I think that they're better? But if I run someone through it, I'm better because I'm certified. And it's like, that brings up to the certification thing. Like, I don't give a shit about a PAR-Q. Like, I stopped doing all that stuff. And I'm an ACSM person. They'll probably take my cert away for this. It doesn't mean shit. Like, it doesn't mean shit. The FMS can't predict injury. Doing CrossFit doesn't predict injury.
That's a good point.
None of this stuff predicts injuries. But I think taking a test might make someone more
self-conscious about. I see what you're saying.
It's the skill of reading and applying research, or it's the foundation. Like, fuck that. I don't care what NASM says. Like, okay, can you explain to me the sliding filament theory? Do you know what satellite cells are and why strength training matters so much to this, that, or the other? No? Okay. Well, can you talk to me about the vestibular system then? Like, what the inner ear does? No, you can't do that either. Okay, well, like what the fuck are you talking about? Like you show people machines that count to 12 and they keep things so safe. So it's like I don't know if the certification's really good, but I think all that stuff really depends on the individual, and we need to stop thinking the fitness industry. The fitness industry is the fitness industry. Like, do you hear movie stars being like, "Oh, I don't know, guys. If the movie industry would just get better, then they wouldn't have all these bad movies." Like, how about you star in a good movie as opposed to like, you know what I can do to make the fitness industry better? Not suck. So I could think, oh, fitness industry, that's like, or I could be actually growing a business, studying, like trying to hustle, trying to go, you know what, the 20 people, 50 people that I get to, talk to and influence on a regular basis, they're going to be happy and they're going to be healthy.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't care if someone in Atlanta, Georgia, that ain't my problem. You want to run, you want to bike, you fall off your cliff on a bike and die. Oh God, biking's so dangerous. People fall all the time, and we got to fix falling, and we need more training wheels and more certified. Like, they don't talk that way. It's only in the fitness industry and fitness professionals say, "Oh, the need to be certified is so important." Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it is or not.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, and I've got another colleague, Jason. I've got a question for you because this other colleague goes to all these fitness conferences all the time. There was one in California. A lot of them are out in the West Coast.
Yeah.
He just got back, I think maybe Los Angeles. I could be wrong, and I don't remember the guy's name. It was possibly Boudros. I don't know if this sounds familiar.
The marketing guy.
Yeah. Let me ask, because we have not talked about him. Do you have any opinion on him? Because I don't know him, and I've never studied about him. But this guy, my colleague, swears he just put a lot of money. He actually, I think he put like $30,000 into this program to, pretty much do what this guy's doing with the whole boot camp concept. I mean, is there something there, or what do you think about that?
So I have probably in that fitness marketing group.
Yeah.
Ryan Lee kind of was one of the first. I don't know if you remember the name Ryan Lee.
Sounds familiar.
So Ryan Lee was like one of the first like internet marketers with fitness.
Okay.
And then, Pat Rigsby came by, and you had these like really early adopters of this. And these were the first people, from my recollection of all this kind of going down, is they were the first people to say, hey, you got to have systems, you got to have funnels, you got to have the script.
Right.
You got to do, everything's kind of automated. And like, I know people who are pretty successful. I don't know if they're still I don't know what his people were doing, but this idea of, okay, well, I have to have a sales funnel, and I have to, I have to kind of treat it like a business.
Right.
Kudo, whatever the guy you're talking about, Bernard, I forget, I can't even pronounce his name.
Something Boutros, I think.
Yeah, he's really well spoken. I've downloaded a bunch of his stuff before.
Okay.
I don't know if I've devote like so much into it and only done that.
Yeah. But
I do think that I'm pretty good at closing people, communicating with them. Our systems are lacking because we've just been a one-man show. But there's probably some good validity. To him, it could be him, it could be anybody. NPE was a big one. Net Profit Explosion, Sean Greeley. Their whole thing was auto-closer. And again, it's these systems, it's homework, it's a business course. So if people thrive on reading business, and again, going back to studying, is sometimes we get just certifications on fitness stuff. We don't get stuff on the business or the nutrition or the other stuff as well.
No, that's interesting. Yeah.
Public speaking for that matter.
Yeah, I heard these guys that you just mentioned, a lot of them aren't even doing personal training or anything like that. They're just doing, like you just said, public speaking, and that's their job title now, that they just pretty much public speak all across the country, and I guess they're doing great, so all the power to them.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the natural. Some people, like you have your Dan Johns, who, he coaches and he still teaches at the CERT, and he's still very, hands-on with stuff, right? And then you have your business guys who are like, hey, I'm going to get out of training one-on-one. I'm going to focus just on writing a book. Josh Hillis did this.
Okay.
Or I'm going to focus just on, you're focusing on going to school. So it's like the natural evolution of training and trainers needs to be, it all needs to kind of grow into. Either you're going to be an on-the-floor grunt, which is kind of where I am. Like I love getting up at 6 a.m. Like, yeah, let's go. Like I don't mind having like long days and breaks in the middle. I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
To where my wife's really good, but she's also really good at doing like admin stuff. Right. So she books, she can do a lot of other things, to where I'm like, yo, I can move equipment, I can make things look pretty, and I can do the training part really, really well at the sacrifice of other things. Some people make the switch, they lose their training skill and they focus just more on the business stuff. I think it kind of depends on the person and what they want to do.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I was just curious to see what your thoughts are on that. You had mentioned marketing too, and that's, I guess, a good lifeblood of our industry, especially with your place that you're, have open and going to open to members. You're going to talk about marketing with your partner Joel. Have you guys decided? I guess one is how you're going to market it via, let's say, social media or any kind of campaigns to get people in there. Or what's your thoughts on social media campaign marketing?
Oh, I think it's tremendous. I'm doing a couple workshops in Omaha and Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
On applying neurology and strength training.
Mm-hmm.
And like, to my knowledge, I don't think there's any other course out there like what I'm going to be teaching, because it blends, high level Z health, which is like crazy applied neurology, with the, I'm a competitive powerlifter, I'm a personal trainer, so the blending the two of those, I'm an ACSM certified exercise physiologist and a competitive powerlifter, and I'm teaching neurology. You put those three things together, and it just it's going to create a workshop that I think is going to be tremendous. So we made a Facebook post about it. We've gotten some hits. We've kind of shared some things. But it kind of goes to show you that even the cool words, I just had this realization right now, even the cool words, and even reduce pain, range of motion, here's the credentials or whatever, just doing an ad and sharing it on a couple pages once or twice is probably not enough to drive the traffic you want.
Yeah.
You need to, that's really where you need to go, okay, I'm going to spend $175 this month trying to get 2 people to sign up. Okay, Facebook advertising, Twitter, that actually, or not Twitter, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that matters a lot, and I think people, really want to skip the boat on that kind of stuff. So one of the big things that I know we're going to be working on, and Joel's going to be, is doing, getting social media more kind of lined up. When did the videos go out? What are the videos of? What's the content calendar, so to speak, to where, because I do it too, but I think that the shift's going to be is getting the traffic to the gym versus just keeping it, oh yeah, man, come on, do this and that. So I just kind of get in the mindset and just kind of laying it out, saying, all right, sweet, you're going to do this video this day, and then 2 weeks later you're going to do this, just space them out, you know what I mean, to have a map.
Yeah, Jason, you mentioned videos, and that's pretty important, because one thing, have you heard of IGTV? Does this sound familiar yet?
Oh, the Instagram TV?
Yeah. That seems, me too. It's very new. It's just last month came out and is launched. And so apparently Instagram's basically saying this is going to be bigger than YouTube. And I don't think that's too far-fetched, because if you see, for example, the millennials that I teach at Georgia State, that none of them use Facebook. They say that's so antiquated. They laugh when I say, yeah, I'll put out a Facebook post. They're all on Instagram, and they said that every single one, they're the ones that showed me what IGTV was. I had no idea what that was till just recently.
Yeah.
But I think with you guys being able to get on the front part of the wave of that, and getting your videos of your place there, I think there's something there. I really think that could be a cash cow and a gold mine for you. That might be a really good avenue.
Yeah. I think my thought is with that is, I don't understand. I don't really get the Instagram thing.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Oh, here's the video of our gym. You're going to drive. So you're in California. Oh, great gym. Okay, now what? Great. Someone just said great gym. That's not going to bring anyone in the door.
It's a
a physical, hard gym. You know what I mean? I need local people. So,
yep.
And the hell, whoever thinks that Instagram is going to replace YouTube's an idiot, because that makes you're going to pull up, you're telling me that right now that you can pull up, the Freebirds versus the Von Erichs from Dallas Sportatorium on Instagram. I can't find that on Instagram.
No, Instagram.
If you wanted to hear Metallica's, 1989 rendition of, Welcome Home Sanitarium from Seattle, you can't look that up on Instagram.
No.
Okay. It's funny because too is the people who are your trainers, you make money training people. How old are they?
Late teens to early 20s.
Oh, that's the most of the people you train?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant my students. I apologize. No, the majority of my clients, they're probably anywhere between 50s to 70s on average. That's the median age range.
Because they can afford training.
Right,
okay?
exactly.
So people saying, oh my God, what's it called? So old. I need to go on this. Like, you know what? If you're that hip, you probably aren't old enough to afford my training.
That's a good point too. Yeah.
You're probably 16 years old. I really don't care because your opinion next week is going to change. You're going to change when you're 19. You're going to change when you're 25. So, just keep doing what works. And I think, at the end of the day, man, if you have a good personality and, you can get in front of people, then you should be able to get people to come in your door going to the supermarket.
Good point.
I mean, to do it right, to be, in training, I love all those systems and stuff, but I think you have people who just aren't good with people trying to like fake it until they make it when they need to just, kind of stick with, hey, this is your area. This is what, you're kind of good at and thrive on it and be yourself and just let the people will come if you're honest with yourself or whatever. It doesn't matter how many Facebook fans or anything, I mean, hell, Dr. Cobb, the owner of Z Health, doesn't have an Instagram, page. Who the heck's Dr. Cobb? Like, he's like one of the greatest public speakers I've ever heard talk in my entire life about this stuff. You know what I mean? His company might be kind of weird. You know what I mean? From a business standpoint, they've done a lot of things, and I'm like, whoa, what is going on? But cereal itself's like it's so beyond anything's like it's crazy, and they have YouTube webcam, and they have all this stuff, and it just goes to show you that it doesn't really matter anyhow, yeah.
No, it's incredible, Jason. And, again, it's just changing every day. Like you said, you mentioned that it will change. I mean, next year, there'll probably be another social media platform that they're saying, oh, this is the one that we need to use. And, it's definitely the millennial mindset of, we know what's best and we know what's better. But I think you're right. I think once people get seasoning and experience, that's what really counts. But Jason, I'm watching the time real closely. I know it's a quarter till, and I promise to get you out of here on time. But before we let you go, let me ask you a couple more questions here, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. This is terrific about the fitness studio. First of all, congratulations. What is the name of the business itself? Do you guys have a static website? And also, what's your contact information so we can put that on the screen when we close?
Yeah. There's right now the website. There's no website.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is its own thing.
Sure.
But it's right now it's Strong Bodies Fitness in Lakewood.
Okay.
But the talk with the new place is to create a rebrand, so it's Strong Bodies Fitness and Performance, Strong Bodies Performance, like Performance Center, something along those lines.
And you said that's on Facebook too, right? You have a Facebook page?
Yeah, it's on Strong Bodies. Yeah,
gotcha.
Joel manages that. So any gym information about whatever he's offering needs to go goes there. And then once in a while, like if someone's looking for Olympic lifting or kettlebells or if they find us through there, then obviously we work with them. But then just to find us honestly on Facebook or emails, probably the best thing. Facebook works really well for me.
Yeah.
Because I can just Facebook someone, I can get their phone number. I'm much more of a talker. Like I don't do business cards. I'm just like, find me on Facebook, take my number down, send me a text, I'll call you.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, because everyone has their phone on it versus like, oh yeah, I meant to call the trainer, but my purse is in the other room. I'll do it later. and they forget versus like they get a text message from me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's connected. You're right.
Everyone's connected, so just stay that way, So
we all have a smartphone, absolutely. Well, that's great, Jason. Well, like I said, man, one more time, congratulations. I always enjoy doing these video blogs with you, and I'm happy that we're reconnected on here. And let's definitely get you back next month. And I know you got a birthday coming up soon, so happy early birthday here.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I guess I do actually. Huh? Wow, 39. Jeez.
Well, I remember that because we're the same age, and your birthday's only just a couple months off mine, so it's easy for me to remember. Mine's Christmas in June, the 25th in June. Yours is Christmas in August.
Nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to remember. I never knew that.
That's the way.
Does that mean anything?
Nah, I think made it up one day and said, hey, it sounds cool.
Christmas in June. I love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk to someone about that because that makes sense.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, again, good luck. Keep us posted. And next time we talk to you next month, I bet you'll definitely be further progressed, and we'll be able to talk about the fitness studio some more, too.
Yeah, I'll get you in touch with Joel. You can
Please.
get him on too.
He would be great to be on here. Absolutely.
All right, cool. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. All right, Jason. We'll see you.
All right, see you later, Taryn.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.